Okay, so 24 something years later, I had such an open wound in my heart knowing that River Maya, Rico Blanco, and Bamboo were not performing on the same stage together.
Oh,
I was just so duped when like Bamboo's not coming back. It's like, what? I'm so excited to talk about River Maya
oh my God!
reunion. Oh my god.
The Flip Side with Jay and Noel.
Let's see if I can turn you into a fan. Okay, so to give a more appreciation for what we're about to watch,
Oh,
I also have not seen this. So this is fresh. I've never seen from fresh eyes. So it's 2024. They performed this video on Eat Bulaga. I'm sure you're familiar with Eat Bulaga.
mhm.
About 3 days ago, according to the post that I'm about to share with you. This is the first time that they're performing together. Okay, there's a little bit of a backstory for River Maya. They split up. Like the lead vocalist, which is like Rico Blanco, was the one that was writing all the lyrics before,
Right.
and then his lead singer, which was the guy without any shoes on, is Bamboo. Split up with
Bamboo.
the yeah, like split up. That's his name. And he's like the Justin Timberlake, I think, of the Philippines, in a sense that he split up from NSYNC, and then he started his own career all by himself.
Right.
So it was like him versus River Maya, for some time. Can you imagine NSYNC versus Justin
So
Timberlake
River
on the top
Maya continued on while he was creating his own solo career.
on the top of the charts? Yeah, exactly.
All
So
right.
now it's
All right.
River Maya versus Bamboo. It's like they're like one and two for the songs that they might come up with, right? For quite some time. And then and we're talking about like 1998 when they practically last performed together. So every time, like you guys are so good together, everybody's like, when are you guys going to do the reunion? And so now practically 23, 24 years later, they're performing on stage on TV for the first time.
That's awesome. That's actually pretty good. But why did they? I would assume that when a band, especially in the Philippines, though, would have some kind of reunion like that they would actually just have a concert as opposed to having it on a TV show, like Eat Bulaga.
I don't know, maybe they're about to announce a concert in the future. They kind
That's
of
what it could be.
Eraserheads, if I'm not mistaken, did the same sort of a reunion kind of thing, but their beef, I don't think they had like beef. They just wanted to quit and just wanted to, like kind of like maybe they're kind of likened to the Beatles, where they
Right.
just sort of
Right.
decided to like split off. I think I don't know if that's a good analogy.
Ah.
I guess they had a little bit of beef. Maybe it's a bad analogy, but for Bamboo and River Maya, it was a bit kind of like sort of like a love story between him and Rico Blanco, the writer, because they were so good together and everybody wanted them together.
Right. Right.
Oh, but they write so well and they sing so well together, that kind of thing. And then so Bamboo split up, and then Rico Blanco did his thing with River Maya, and then eventually he did his own thing also by himself. So now it's Rico Blanco versus Bamboo versus River Maya, maybe versus Eraser. So they kind of all sort of split up.
But they work things out and now they're back. You got a clip? Put a clip on. I want to see.
Okay, so 24 something years later, let's
Right.
check out what they got. Let me know if how you're digging the song, if at all, if ever. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
let me know if you can hear it, and I hope I can hear your reaction to it also. Like I said, sort of like the Beatles of the Philippines. Honestly, how does it register so far? After like
Honestly,
50 seconds of
at first glimpse, I didn't. Who you were comparing them to? Who to Beatles? You said they instantly reminded me of Green Day. Have you ever heard of the
Green
band Green Day?
Day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
It
That's right.
just by the movement, the just by first glimpse of the band members and the lead singers and whatnot, and also the tune, it just reminded me of
Right.
Green Day.
Yeah, they added a little more rock a little more edge to this performance. But
Right, right.
usually they're just like suave. Again, this guy used to have like, Bamboo, the guy with the blonde hair right now.
Right.
He used to have like really long hair, and again performed on stage without any shoes on. So he was just and then
This is literally, if I could share real quick, this is what it reminded me of. All right, it's gonna overlap your sharing, but as soon as it's done, I'm gonna close it out. It'll bring it back up. Okay.
go for it. Show me what you got.
You heard of this song? I'm sure you've heard of this song.
I think so.
See, just that movement alone. So
Right.
I just wanted to throw that in there because as soon as I saw him
Yeah.
with that blonde hair and then he turned around with that look, I was like, oh my god, Green Day.
Hold on, let me see if I can share it again. Sorry, that was Rico Blanco right there in the back.
The
He's
guy in the blue shirt on the base.
yeah, yeah, with the shades on.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, sorry to interrupt.
No, no.
The beef was so bad that Bamboo, you wouldn't
Mm.
even catch Bamboo singing any of his old River Maya songs.
Really? Bamboo again is the
Yeah,
lead singer?
yeah, the Bamboo is the lead singer here, and then people would like request for him to sing like old River Maya songs because he's the voice, right?
Right.
And then when he split up, all these other guys from the band would
Mm.
sing the same song, but it's not his voice. And it would still be River Maya, but it's not Bamboo.
What do you mean?
And
They'd
then
put up
Bamboo,
like they'd have like another lead singer try to do it?
no. They just continued on their own. Like Rico Blanco would sing the song, but instead of let's say Bamboo singing, it would be Rico Blanco that would
Right.
sing his own song that he wrote. So it's not.
Uh,
So you get what I mean? So
yeah, I
Rico
got you.
Blanco was the writer, but River Maya, but Bamboo put character to the lyrics or to the song or whatever.
Right, right, right.
But yeah, it's a little bit more edgier now. So well, let's see, a little more rock now. But these, if I'm not mistaken, these are all the original members of River Maya, like the original. Because I think they changed drummers and they changed the bassist also and that kind of thing for quite some time. And then also Rico Blanco also left, so they just
Right.
maintained the name, and everybody else is like different. Does that make
Hmm.
sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But now, if I'm not mistaken, I think these are all like the original River Maya guys.
Yeah, totally Green Day.
Bro, I, I
Yeah,
I think another interesting thing about their beef is that nobody
yeah,
really knows what it's about. I mean, maybe the closest friends or the closest fans,
yeah, yeah.
but for the life of me, being a radio DJ also at that time, it's like we really could not figure out why they split up.
You know who I one of the other Filipino bands that I think I told you this. We talked about it before. I watched him live, right?
Indulge
Parokya
me,
ni
Hal. Just
Edgar.
play it, okay?
No, no,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. So Parokya ni Edgar is actually at the same level, I think. So River
Correct.
Maya, Parokya ni Edgar, and then Eraserheads. They're all like within that.
Right, right. It seems
Yeah,
like, but the only two that I was really familiar with was Parokya ni Edgar and Eraserheads.
yeah, yeah. So these are all like within those three. Ah, sorry, indulge me.
Does it does it bring back memories?
Yeah. This is like literally. I was still experiencing. Well, think I still am. The culture shock.
Can you tell us about your reunion concert?
Oh, there. So
Ah,
see,
there
so
he
the
is. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta interrupt. Remember before I was kind of bragging that I got to interview River Maya or I
Yeah.
got to interview Parok and Edgar, blah blah blah. River Maya, Bamboo specifically, when
Mm,
he was doing his own band thing, I
mm-hmm.
asked the most like the stupid question.
What do you ask?
Like you guys are so unique. And I'll say it again, right? You guys are so unique. Do you guys like sit around and think about how you guys are going to be unique? Because there's like so many Filipino bands in the Philippines.
How
It's like
stupid.
how do you guys differentiate yourselves? When I asked him that question, and he was kind enough to answer, he was
Yeah.
sitting in front of me. That's kind of when I realized that I probably shouldn't be a radio DJ because I ask like the dumbest questions sometimes. So I was
Can
like,
yeah.
so uncomfortable.
I bet. I mean, I'd probably fire you for that. To be honest with you.
I was so starstruck.
Can you pause it real
Really,
quick? Go back.
I was
Go back 2 seconds and pause it.
such a big fan.
So the interview and whatnot looks good. The performance was good, but you know what kind of got me right now?
Mm.
I don't know who this dude is to the right with the flower shirt. What the hell is he doing carrying that bag live in the show?
He's probably selling sibuyas at kamatis when he's out, when he leaves.
Exactly. I don't get it. I mean,
Uh,
I'm
he,
sure he has a dressing room that he could have leave. Or what? He doesn't trust people there that he has to bring his personal stuff with him. I don't understand.
tricycle driver, it's carrying his own
Manong
uh,
pabariya naman, no?
barya. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's
Pabariya.
Ryan. That's Ryan Agoncillo. He's married to Judy Ann Santos. Is also one of the bigger
Yeah, I know she is.
celebrities
Oh, that's
around.
her husband?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, I don't understand that. I mean, I thought he was like carrying a guitar or something, but he's got something strapped on him, like two of them, because you could tell.
I saw him driving in BGC one time with his top down. I think he was driving like a Mazda,
Yeah.
the one that doesn't have a roof.
Yeah, yeah.
He looked at me. I looked at him. I was surprised that he has long hair. I was like, "Oh, that guy looks like me." And then he drove away. We had a little moment. He probably thought he looked like me, and I thought that I looked like
Right, right,
him.
right,
So
right.
he looked at me like, "Ang puti nito ah." Ako naman, I was looking at him like, "Ang haba ng hair mo ah."
Right, right.
Can you imagine again, like Gabi and Sharon together again in a movie, and you're like kilig na kilig. Oh my God, River Maya, like the original River Maya.
I mean, in your case
That's
though, that's probably like what, 25 years ago for you?
bro. It was because of the breakup. Let's let's just for argument's sake, let's say it's not even about the song.
Mm,
It's really just the fact that he's like River Bamboo is the singer for all of Rico Blanco's songs. As in,
mm. So
they're so good together.
the breakup caused a lot of stir for everybody over there, basically, right?
A lot of sleepless nights.
So I guess
Like
here I'm having a
Richard,
hard time trying to picture it because maybe it's in comparison to like maybe when NSYNC broke up.
yeah, or it's kind of like Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts and Richard Gere, and then they're like, oh, they're not together. Can't like how could you not end up together at the end of the movie? Kind of. So this brings a lot of closure to a lot of River Maya fans, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
whether
awesome.
they, I don't have to be, I don't have to be at the concert, but just knowing that they were on stage again one last time,
Hmm, hmm. Are you going? Are
just
you going?
it just no, just it just puts a little closure because it just happened so abruptly. It's like parang Bamboo went to the US and then he's not coming back. Parang ganun lang. It's like there's
Oh,
no
so he was
last.
here when they broke up. I mean, he basically moved here or something, right?
Well, that was it. That's how it was like for me. It was like I was at
Ah,
the
I see, I
height
see, I see, I see.
of like fandom,
Yeah.
man crushing on these guys. And then all of a sudden, oh, Bamboo's not coming back. He's like attending to like
You
family stuff.
bitch.
And then it was like Rico Blanco was I'll just be the one singing for the song. And then the
Right,
next performance. And then the next performance until like when is Bamboo coming back? Until like, oh, he's not coming. You know what I mean? There was like
right.
such a long stretched out romantic love affair that
No,
like
you
are we
said it
broken up? Are
yourself.
we still together?
You got your closure. You got it. That's it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And you're
So
you're
okay.
you're you're eventually gonna get your happily ever after with this group.
La- Last 45 seconds. Let me just finish this one.
Once
Yeah, got it.
again, River Maya!
Well, you
Whew.
know what? That the name of the band sounds really catchy though. River Maya.
Wow.
Yeah, well, look at your wipe that go wipe that tears off a little bit.
Whew.
It's
Yeah, I
okay.
think that's the word closure, man. Jesus.
Closure, man. That's
I
it.
had such an open wound in my heart knowing that River Maya, Rico Blanco, and Bamboo were not performing on the same stage together. Ever.
A- And the best part, not only did you get your closure, you're getting your happily ever after. Because they're gonna be after that reunion concert, everything's gonna be like perfect.
Basta there was something hanging all the time. Like when Eraserheads broke up, they're like, "Ah,
Right.
man, that's it. That's too bad." There was kind of like an announcement that they wouldn't be performing anymore together. That would be their
Mm,
last concert,
mm.
and they just wanted to go their own ways. It was kind of okay lang, sige, whatever. We can't control your lives.
Right, right. You
But
know,
I was just so duped when like Bamboo's not coming back. It's like what?
if ever they
It
have
was
a
just so strung along.
if ever they have a concert here in the States, I guarantee you I'm probably gonna end up going because of my wife. I'm
Because
probably
of your
gonna.
wife, is she a fan?
I'm sure she is. I mean, she was a fan of Parokya ni Edgar. You had that
Ah.
love affair with River Maya.
Like part of me is still like 19 waiting for Bamboo to come home.
Oh, come on, dude. That just does not sound right. What's I'm gonna ask my wife when she wakes up later if she
Right.
knows River Maya. I'm sure she does.
And another one of those stupid questions like but I didn't ask when I did get to interview Bamboo like face to face, I was dying to ask like when are you going to be like performing? But like the obvious answer, which 10,000 other DJs and
Mm,
TV show hosts asked, like when are you going to be together with Bamboo again?
mm.
With the original River Maya, and they're like, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But I'm gonna. That was like the answer of Bamboo all the time. So you're always like,
Right.
oh, no closure, no goodbye, no farewell concert, no final album. There was just, and it was such an. I think it was a bit not insulting, but it was like with all due respect to the other band members, they were just singing the songs, but it wasn't Bamboo singing the song. So it was like, so bad, so hard, couldn't move on.
Now you got
Yeah.
your closure.
Whew. Wow. Closure on the air.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Closure live.
Your mistress is back.
So you want to
That's
run down with like lightning round or anything else that you wanted to talk about? I got a couple more here, but I want to give you the stage
No,
in case you want
go
to.
ahead, take it over. It's all you. It's all you, man. It's all about your love affair today.
Okay. So
What was that? Was that a cow?
no, that was a really noisy pipe motorcycle or car.
Ah,
Okay, so I'm asking for a friend. I got a text message a couple of days ago. Last week actually. I forgot to bring this up on the previous episode. The text message said something like, "So, I have like all my computer products with Apple. The only Android that I have is my phone. I'm asking for a friend, okay? I need to be convinced to switch to iPhone. Asking for a friend."
son of a.
So I have this friend, like all his gadgets are Apple,
Yeah.
except for his cell phone, which is Android, and he needs to be convinced to move to get an iPhone. You wanna
Sounds really like this
drop
guy's
two,
like all about himself, huh?
you wanna drop 2 centavos on this argument?
Well, I mean, I think I can relate with your friend now. I mean, first of all, I mean, hearing it out loud in the open, it sounds really bougie. You know, this guy sounds like a real jerk for like even asking a question like that. Now, after hearing it out in public, as opposed to just thinking of it in your head, it sounds really bougie and really snobby. But
Maybe you know
I
this friend. Maybe
maybe
it's a mutual
I can
friend.
kind of understand where he's coming from. Everywhere else, like I am an Android user. Okay. I'm an Android user. Everybody around me uses iPhone. Even some certain people in the Philippines that I know uses iPhones, you know?
Mm.
So sometimes when they ask me certain things or I can't relate, or for the mere fact that I can't FaceTime with people that I care about, just through the phone.
Oh.
You
No,
see?
I didn't want it to. I didn't. I swear to God, I didn't want it to come across that way.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to read it out to you, and I was sort of laughing at it, was because I actually all had Android phones before, from Nokia to, I think I only had Nokia. But the whole idea. Oh no, I also had a Samsung phone one time.
Okay.
But I was at the stage where I felt like I need to get another SIM card. I need to get another driver for my computer or whatever. I was like, is there like something that I could get or buy that like I don't have to think about? I don't have to be like a computer nerd. And somebody just said, like explain the whole ecosystem of Apple. And
Mhm.
then I was like, I was just too stupid to want to think about it. And I was just okay.
There's such a big
So
snob at I'm
what?
sorry, go ahead.
Right. Yeah. There's such a this thing about like Apple, like so snobby about it.
Right. Because of the
But
fact that it's Apple.
my reasoning for it, if I would convince anybody for it, my reasoning for it was just because I was lazy. I didn't want to have to think about how fast or how good the computer is or not. I just wanted to open it, type, and start working.
Right.
I don't want to spend like a whole month researching about what the correct video card is, and which I did, and then you
Right.
end up sort of experimenting if it's going to work or not. I just didn't have the patience for that.
Right, right, right. At the risk of turning this into a tech discussion, which I don't want to really, the difference and the biggest difference for me as opposed to having Apple products or Android or Windows products or DOS or whatever. Um, I used to have all Windows products, regular laptop, Acer or HP or whatnot. Same thing with my desktop. But now it's just the efficiency of Mac
Mm,
computer wise, it's just far, far, far better for me. I learned the hard way because all my Windows products, one way or the other, crashed eventually.
mm,
You
mm.
know, now phone wise, I don't know. I can't. Okay, here is an old iPhone that I have. Okay, I am having a hard time dealing with just the way it looks.
Right.
Just
Yeah, it's pretty restrictive. But again, I'm not the. It's for me. It's personality. Like, are you the type that wants to change? Like, for example, your Jeep, right? Do you like to change and customize the tires and that kind of thing? Then
yeah,
go get a Jeep. But if you
right.
don't want to, just get like a regular jalopy. You know what I mean? It's like you are paying for the price. I mean, you are paying for the convenience and the stability.
That's
But
the
for
thing. I think it's the stability of the product itself.
but for
Because I do
me, I
admit,
think it's
just the feel of the phone, the iPhone feels more sturdy. But use of the phone, I feel like Apple is so limited.
yeah.
I could be wrong.
Again, I would go with personality. You know, the one of the things that sort of broke the camel's back for me with Apple back then, when I was if I was trying to figure out if I love Steve Jobs or not, was
Right.
when I found out that he would there was a time that he just decided that he would just be wearing the same thing all the time.
Mm,
I was like,
just like
ah,
Mark
okay,
Zuckerberg.
I get it. Okay, yeah. So I'm kind of like that. I was just too lazy to want to like think about what to wear every day.
Right, right.
And then with that sort of philosophy, I kind of just got it. So, but again, there's a price to pay for that. But then
But
again,
why are Apple people, iPhone people specifically, being such
yeah,
snobs and snoots in regards to people who have Android?
right. Yeah, can't deny that. I don't know. I don't know.
I hate that. I think that's what started me into using Android, just to get
Yeah,
back at that whole thing, because
that's
it's
right.
such. Oh,
That's right.
you're so cheap.
I'm just too dumb to want to have to think about it.
Yeah.
So
But anyway, whatever. I mean,
that
I don't know. How can we convince your friend to switch? You know, in my case, do I want to really switch away from Android? I love my phone. But
well, why fix it if it ain't broke? I mean, what's the friction point?
I
Why
think
why
it's
why
just
switch
usage
to
because
iPhone?
it's a lot easier to communicate with everybody else in the household for me. You know?
Yeah, but there's other ways to get around it, right?
Yeah, like okay, here's the thing with coverage wise, iPhone for some reason it's like I can go inside a grocery store and be at the back of the grocery store. iPhone's working perfectly. You could FaceTime somebody, yada yada yada. But on an Android, I gotta use an app like maybe Facebook
Yeah.
or whatever. There's no FaceTime.
Well,
I don't know. It's so stupid. You know
like I
what?
said,
I'm not gonna switch.
I would tell our friend, our mutual friend here, that it would be just like base it on personality. That's my 2 cents.
I'd tell your friend to get over yourself and just don't be stupid and waste more money you don't have. Yeah,
Oh, right.
there you
Yeah.
go.
So if you do make that switch, the decision to go with an iPhone or Android was, it was a secondhand iPhone that was as expensive as a brand new Samsung, I think it was. So
Ah,
the decision wasn't about money for me. The decision again was about just being lazy. And but I did know that once I get into that Apple ecosystem, you'd be like be held on the neck. You'd be wrapped up around their finger.
Right.
But you know, I'm okay.
Whatever.
Li-
Moving
Listen,
on.
you wanna wrap this up with catching up on what's the latest on Netflix, because or whatever it is that you're watching, because I saw some, I'm looking at something today
Hmm.
that totally reminded me of you. I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay,
It's
what
called
is it?
Hack. It's called Hack My House. Have you heard about this?
On
So it's
Netflix?
yeah, it's another one of those remodel my house kind of thing. But the
Yeah.
twist to it is that they would come up with something that would make your house cool in a way, na parang let's say a countertop that would rise up when you press a button,
Yeah.
or a
Yeah.
shelf that would move, that would be on wheels because your house is so small and you need to like manage the space. It's one of those things where they'd spend a good 5-10 minutes talking about what if we put this here, and then they put that. You know how you explained to me how you like fixing the room like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
They kind of spent a few 5-10 minutes
And
figuring out.
then they spend the rest of the show putting everything into reality, basically.
Yeah, and then like the usual cookie cutter reactions, like, "Oh my gosh, oh wow, I'm so surprised. I wasn't expecting that."
Right, right, right.
But yeah, I appreciate the that part where sometimes
Um,
these shows are just too hyped. They're like, "Oh my gosh, let's look at that one. Are you guys ready? We're ready. Oh my gosh." Like, gosh, these
so,
American shows, man.
well,
I like the
let's be
sensibility of
honest.
the
You're
British
probably
shows
gonna watch an
sometimes.
episode or two. Okay.
Yeah, one or two is good.
Okay. So here's my thing. I actually put that show in my on my favorite list so that I can watch it later
Watch list. Yeah, yeah.
on my watch list. Because as of right now, I'm actually in the process of watching Love Is Blind, the Japan version. So
Nice.
stupid.
So these Asian shows and British shows, I think they have sort of a similar sensibility where they're not so much like, "Oh my gosh, are you ready?
Ex-
Close your
okay.
eyes. One,
Right.
2, 3. Oh
I was
my god!"
I was literally thinking about this
Jeez.
yesterday while I was watching the show. These Asian shows and the UK version, all these other shows besides the US shows, for some reason, they're more attractive to watch. It doesn't feel like you're watching people who are trying way too hard.
Mm-mm.
It feels like I'm watching a genuine person having
Mhm.
genuine feelings or emotions and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
I'm sure
whatever.
they audition these people also. It's like, "Okay, we want to fix your house, but how are you on camera?" And
Well,
then
I'm
they
sure. I'm sure.
and then how would you react like if we show you a golden, I don't know, a golden mug or something, and then you're supposed to be surprised, and then you're like, "Oh wow,
Right.
that's nice. Okay, you're out. We'll get somebody else."
Right.
They
Right.
want
Right.
like, "Oh my gosh, it's such a surprising thing. I can't believe it. Oh my."
All right. Moving on. You have something down here that you wrote down called a reaction. What do you mean by that?
This might take a minute. For what did I write here for what? Because I was trying to figure out what is Riz, like to Riz on someone. And then I clicked on this video, and then it caught my attention because the guy seems to be Filipino or
Mm,
Pinoy.
mm.
It'll take a minute if you want to look at it real quick. I'll share you
Yeah.
the.
Well, I mean,
I'm
I mean,
pretty. I
do you know the general definition that they have for it?
no, but I
All right.
think I heard your son mention it one time.
Right. Being Riz is somebody who's slick, has game, being charismatic type of thing.
Right. So this guy caught my attention because his shirt says Pinoy,
Mm,
and he kind of looks Pinoy to me.
yeah.
So the title of this video is
Bro's
the
got the
news.
news Riz now.
Yeah, right. So it seems like he's chatting with these people, and then he comes up with like these little movies or videos during the chat, every time he's talking to somebody.
Right.
So this will be like 30 seconds or a minute. Have a
Yeah.
have a look. Can you hear
Can't
it?
hear it. No.
Yeah.
I'll turn
I
it
don't
up.
know how to make it louder.
Breaking news. A robbery is in progress involving this fine
Yep.
individual.
Hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
little
but
bit.
so the unexpected person that he's supposedly chatting with is
Right.
not expecting like this whole production number while you're talking to him. Can you imagine that? So he comes up with like a video, edits this video to entertain the crap out of the person that he's talking to.
Cool, shown right here.
Can't make it louder though.
Sources say that. Oh. Just this in, the police have found the location of the culprit and have cameras on him as we speak. Here's Julian on the
Sorry, I don't know how to make it louder.
Yeah, it's all right.
Thank you, Julian. As you can see, we have an outside view of his house. The suspect.
All right, so it's so meta.
So, so he's definitely put some work into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. Well,
Right.
you put in the work, you get with the results. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, his shirt says Pinoy, so I was like, oh, maybe
Right.
he's a Filipino creator. So
Yeah.
so
yeah,
he's got a couple of more of those that seem to be going viral right now. That one's got like 1 million views already.
I know. I saw 1,000,000 too and whatnot.
So apparently
Jesus.
these kids are into like these random chats, like you meet strangers online, right?
Are
And then
you
you
kidding
end up
me? You've never heard of it, like Omegle
Yeah.
or whatever.
Right, exactly. But I guess what this guy's doing, he's making a
Yeah.
career out of it. Is a sense like he's putting like a whole production number on his conversation, and all of a sudden
Correct.
he plays this video to impress the person that he's speaking with. I think that's
It's just like these other people that, like, for example, they'll pop up with a conversation random stranger and they'll sing for them type of thing. You know.
yeah. This one's like making practically a whole movie on the conversation during
Right.
the introduction when you meet the person.
Right.
That's it.
right.
That's all I got for you, man. I just wanted to share that little bit with you because he seemed to be Pinoy.
yeah.
Oh,
No, that's
Well,
cool.
at least it says Pinoy on his shirt. So
I don't,
that's good.
I
That's
don't
good enough
think
for
he
me.
would wear the shirt if he's not Pinoy. Well, you never know. You know, maybe. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Although I just want to say, this whole time I've been you've seen me move around so much and not over here because it is freezing. And here's the worst part: our heater is broken.
Oh man.
Yeah, so the whole house is cold. I mean, each room, bedroom has its own personal space heaters right now that they're using to keep warm for the day or the night.
Yeah.
Because today's high is only about 23 degrees, I think, and it's freaking
Fahrenheit, huh?
yeah.
23 Fahrenheit. Right.
Well, that's -5 in Celsius.
Wow.
It's cold. It's cold right now. I mean, I don't know if you can see if I zoom out here real quick. I'm sitting here. I'm wearing a sweater, a half turn on like a hat, but I also have a blanket on my lap
Nice.
because it's so cold. It's my hand is like freezing right now. But
Are you gonna? Do you guys have like a fireplace if your heater's broken? Like, what's the remedy if you?
space
What are you gonna do
heaters.
now?
We got space
Oh,
heaters.
like a separate one that you have to plug in.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. I don't want to. I think. So we've moved into the. That's funny you say that. We've moved into this house years and years and years ago. There's a fireplace right there. Maybe I should turn it on, but it's a gas fireplace. I don't know if it's on or not.
Oh.
Maybe I should try.
Yeah,
it.
you might want to check the chimney first if it's open or what, because you might.
Well, there's
It's
no
happened-
chimney. It's a fire. It's a gas.
Oh,
There's,
right.
There's
yeah,
no
but
real. It's gas. It's gas that turns on. And
Okay.
But say, Levy, I'm gonna try it before I go to work. Actually.
Okay, because it has happened to us. We had like a chimney thing sometime where like
Yeah.
there's so much cobwebs
Ew.
that the fire the smoke couldn't get out,
Right.
and it just stayed inside the house, and we're just like parang tinapa or tuyo
Right,
inside
right,
the
right.
house there. So
Right.
it could happen. But yeah, so if it's gas, it like you have this thing that just heats up and there's no smoke or anything like that.
Correct. Yeah.
Man, that's what I miss about having like 4 seasons, like you have like these different things to worry about every year. But here it's like hot or
Cold.
whether it's no, it's umuulan, it's raining or It's not
Mm.
raining.
Yeah.
That's kind of. But it's been cold here in Manila lately.
That's good. Well, yesterday, like I said, this is like it's not like significant amount of snow. It's probably about 2 inches that went on the ground. It's still a pain in
Mm.
the ass having to drive. The road gets slippery. Plus, I had to shovel, which means I had to get up an extra half an hour yesterday just so because I got to go
Oh,
shovel the driveway so the car would get out.
poor you. First world problems. Oh.
What an asshole, man.
Samantalang, the rest of the Philippines are just I don't know. Are we jealous or are we happy that we have like predictable weather like this? What
I'd
else?
much rather have predictable weather, though. You know, it's just
Yeah.
well, again, that's coming from somebody who's actually experienced every single freaking weather it could probably be.
I have a American friend that gave me like one of those thermometers where it'll give you the reading from inside the house and then
Yeah.
the thermometer's like outside. So you don't
Oh,
actually have
okay.
to go outside to tell what the weather is. And I'm like,
Right.
I can't use that here in the Philippines. What am I going to do with that? It's like the temperature inside is practically the same as outside. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
it's not like such a big 20 degrees difference.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's one of those things that he wanted to share with me.
Hi, Baba. Good morning. AC's awake.
Kids waking up. Yeah.
No AC.
Oh,
She's like so cold right now.
hey, tell her about RIVERMAYA later.
Oh, hey, do you know who RIVERMAYA is? Oh, she said yes. They're back together.
For a reunion concert.
She just goes, okay.
Yeah, not everybody's a fan. My cousin Celestina's not also a fan. So
Yeah.
it's not for everybody.
Anyway, thank you very much for another day, another dollar. I
Thanks
think
for
we're done for
indulging
today,
me.
right?
Thanks for
It was
indulging
kinda
me
cool.
with the RIVERMAYA episode, by the way.
We have learned that Noel's man crush is back on stage and questions are
Right.
being answered for him. He's getting his closure and is happily ever after. Yeah. Anyway, guys, hey, thank you very much for all the subscribers. And we got a bunch of comments that we need to go back into. I have not had the chance, or we have not had the chance to actually take a look at it. We will take a look at them. We do read them all the time. Thank you very much for your support. The subscribers, please keep subscribing. We're growing a little bit. Thank you. Anywho, thank you for watching. Next show coming up in Sunday, same time, same place. Thank you very much. Again, this is the Flip Side with Jay and Noel. My name is Jay.
My name's Noel.
We'll catch you guys later.
On the flip side.
Peace out. Thanks for tuning in. Catch us on the next episode, Sunday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Philippines. This is the Flip Side with Jay and Noel.